Hi everybody, I'm back and today I'm going to show you all how to make beef stew. Here's what you will need. You will need beef stew meat. Here's what it looks like, and it's already cubed up. If you wanted to, you can actually cut this a little bit smaller if you like. Alright, now that's 2 packs of beef stew meat. Over here to the right where the sink is, I have a pack of frozen peas and a pack of frozen carrots. On the plate this way, I have 4 stalks of celery sliced. I have 1 medium-sized green bell pepper chopped, 1 medium-sized white onion chopped. You will need a can of corn. And then back here behind the corn, I have 4 white potatoes. You will need tomato paste and a can of crushed tomatoes, garlic powder, salt, pepper, red pepper flakes. You will need red cooking wine, vegetable oil. Right here in these little packets here, I have 3 beef bouillon cubes. You will need 2 bay leaves. Beef broth, that's a 32-ounce beef broth. And this here is a packet of beef stew seasoning. I honestly, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I love to use this. It has just the right amount of seasoning, and I use it every time I make beef stew. Try this if you haven't tried it. You know how you can buy like the little envelopes of the chili seasoning packets? Well, you can buy beef seasoning also. Give it a try and let me know what you think. Absolutely. And then I have 2 large garlic cloves chopped. All right, so then the first thing that we're going to do, I have my lovely wok that I absolutely love to use, and I'm going to heat this wok up. I have some oil in the bottom of the pan, and what I need to do right now is heat this oil up. Okay, let me show you how much oil I have. About that much, all right? And what you want to do is make sure your pan is well coated. Get this oil nice and hot, because the first thing that we're going to do is we need to brown off our beautiful meat. So as soon as this comes up to temperature and gets nice and hot, I'm going to show you how to brown our meat off. Meanwhile, we're going to need some flour. All right, so I'm going to grab some flour, but we're not going to use the flour right now. But that was an ingredient that I didn't tell you about in the beginning of the video. We are going to have a good time making this recipe. You hear me, guys? I'm making some beef stew tonight. It's cold outside. We got the Christmas lights going. It's nice and warm in here, and we need something to stick to our bones. And what better way to make beef stew, guys? Absolutely. Beef stew is a fall, wintertime dish that everybody loves. And the good thing about this is you can put anything in beef stew that you like. Hey, if you don't like celery, you don't have to use it. Right? If you like peas, put you some peas in there. If you don't like carrots, don't put that in there, right? You can do what you want with your dish. And that's what I expect you all to do. When you're following my recipe, if there's something you don't like, don't put it in. Put what you like in yours. There's another ingredient that I would like to show you while my oil's heating up. This here is butternut squash. If you've never seen it, it's a really big squash, kind of tan in color. And when you go to cut it, the inside is this color, and it has a little bit of seeds towards the bottom. And when you so you peel it and you slice it down the middle and you open it, and then you have like a little sack of seeds. You take those seeds out and you cut this bad boy up. If you've never tasted this, this is so good. There's so many people, I don't think a lot of people use this enough. It has the best taste ever. Honestly, it kind of reminds me of a potato, right? That same texture a little bit. And then on the other hand, it kind of reminds me of a pumpkin / sweet potato. So a Puerto Rican lady that I knew, Years and years ago, she made a beef stew. I tasted this beef stew, guys, and I kept saying, what is that? Because it had just a little sweet taste to it. Like I said, almost like a pumpkin or a sweet potato. And I said, what is that in there? She said, that's butternut squash. And I never, ever made another beef stew without this. You have to have this in your beef stew. This is one ingredient that I'm telling you guys, put in your beef stew. You hear me? Absolutely. So then, here's what we're going to do. I know I was ranting and raving about that, but I'm serious. That butternut squash is awesome. Give it a try. And even if you don't put it in your beef stew, you can take that butternut squash, oil it up with some olive oil, put some salt and pepper on it, throw it in the oven on 350 degrees and cook it for about 25 minutes. And when you taste it, guys, it is heaven. You hear me? Or I could go on and on about it. I'm done with it. Just try it. I know I'm crazy. Okay, so let's go in with our meat. Just like so. And let's brown it up. Don't go in messing with it. Just let it get a nice golden brown color on it on one side. And once it gets nice and golden brown, we'll do the other side. And then I'm going to show you all how to build flavors. That's what I like to do with my cooking. I like to build flavor on top of flavor on top of flavor, and that dish will always turn out right when you build flavors. I'm going to show you how to do just that today. I just got done with my green bean video, my southern style green beans. I hope you all enjoyed that video. That's my second green bean video. Yesterday I did a green bean video. I uploaded it, but it sounded like I was underwater. So I had to delete the video, take the video down, and redo a whole nother recipe. Well, this recipe is done and it turned out beautiful. And I'm so happy because I wanted to share that video with you all. We're going to get this nice and brown. Once it starts to get nice and brown, I'll be right back. All right, everybody, our beef is starting to get nice and brown. And so I'm just turning it so the other sides can get nice and brown as well. After it gets fully cooked, I'll be right back, everyone. Okay, everyone, our cube beef, our stew beef, is almost done, okay? It's not all the way cooked inside, but I wanted to get just a nice sear onto it. All right, so here in about a minute or so, I'm going to go ahead and take this right out of this pan, and then I'm going to show you the next step. All right, everyone, our beef is out, and it's setting nicely onto a plate over to the side. I've cleaned out my pan, and I have fresh oil in. Here's what we'd like to do. We're going to take our celery, bell peppers, onions, butternut squash, and our white potato, and we need to start sauteing them up. All right, and we're going to do just that. Okay, so then just put them right on in. This is how you start your base. A lot of flavor is going to come from just simply sauteing up these vegetables like so. All right, celery, onions, bell peppers, butternut squash, potatoes. Put it all in there just like so, guys. All right, and just stir it around onto that oil. And you're going to notice that some of your vegetables are going to start to get nice and soft. All right, and that's what we're looking for. Isn't that beautiful already? Absolutely it is. I eat with my eyes first, guys. I love the colors. I love these colors. They're just beautiful. It speaks healthiness, right? It really does. Now, I'd like to go in with my 2 garlic cloves, just like so. Mix that on too. And we're just going to let this cook for a little bit. Now remember, my green peas and my carrots, I'm not going to put that in until towards the end of the cooking process, because no one wants smushy peas, and you definitely don't want smushy carrots either. All right? So what you do is you do these vegetables that are hard and take a little bit longer to cook. You want to cook those first. It's that simple. All right, and this oil will coat onto the vegetables and start the cooking process of these. Once these start to cook down a little bit, I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, our vegetables are starting to cook down. This is exactly what you're wanting. And I have this heat on a medium-high heat. I have the 2 bay leaves. You put those in just like so. And now, if you had some fresh thyme, put you some fresh thyme in there. I just didn't have any today. But it won't make a difference, but if you have some, definitely use it. And you just want to use a little bit of the thyme. All right? Now what you want to do, since we put those bay leaves in there, you want to make sure that we take those bay leaves out towards the end of the cooking process, because we would hate for someone to bite down into a bay leaf. It just wouldn't taste right. All right, let these cook a little bit longer, and then I'll show you what we're going to do next. Be right back. Okay, everyone, our vegetables have cooked a good 10 to 12 minutes. Everything's that you can see, the onions are starting to get nice and translucent and let off their flavor, and the potatoes are starting to turn a little clearish color, and you can feel that things are starting to soften up a little bit. So at this point, what you'd like to do, you want to coat these vegetables. I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit, just a little under medium, just a little tiny under medium. You want to coat your vegetables with flour. How much, Gina? Just coat. Hey, just throw some on there. You can't go wrong. Don't put too much on there. Just enough to coat the vegetables, all right? And the purpose for doing this is going to cause for your sauce, your broth, to get nice and thick, and it's not going to be runny. All right? I'm going to put just a tiny bit more. And then I'll zoom in so you can see what it's supposed to look like with the flour on it. Okay? And then you'll see such a beautiful sauce that develops by putting the flour on it. All right? That's what you want. And then we're going to cook this vegetables with the flour on it for a good 5 minutes. And then we'll start adding everything down into our mixture. Let this cook for about 5 minutes, and I'll be right back. All right, everybody, our flour has cooked on the vegetables for around 10 to 12 minutes also. All right, so then I'm going to grab 2 heaping teaspoons of tomato paste. Put that in just like so. Right now, you don't have to worry about mixing it, because we're going to put liquid in here, and that liquid will help for our tomato paste to dissolve. Absolutely it will. Okay? So then we have tomato paste in. I have a 28 ounce of crushed tomatoes. Feel free to use a 14-ounce can of chopped tomatoes also, if you're a person that likes chunks of tomatoes in your beef stew. All right? I'm not going to use this full can, but I'll give you an idea of how much we're going to use. That's half of the can. All right? Is it going to make it taste tomatoey? Absolutely not. It's not going to make it have a tomato taste at all. So don't think for 1 second that it's going to taste tomatoey. It just gives it a lot of flavor, guys. Trust me when I tell you this. All right? So then, we have, I'm not going to put my red cooking wine in just yet. We're going to put our whole box of 32-ounce beef broth in. If you're a person that wants to keep an eye on your sodium. Feel free to grab a low sodium beef broth. All right? Put that whole container in, and then we're going to go in with our 3 bouillon cubes. And these are beef bouillon cubes. Anytime I get a chance, and I always say it, anytime I get a chance to use bouillon cubes, I do, because they let off so much flavor, guys. You hear me? They really do. So, my cabinet is filled with all flavors of bouillon cubes. Yes, they are. I have soft bouillon cubes, and I have these hard ones. I love them. The flavor is delicious. So I'm going to go towards the bottom, and I'm going to kind of scrape a little bit just to get whatever stuck to the bottom of my pan. That's all goodness. That's all flavor at that bottom of that pan. You hear me? All right. Beautiful. So then we're going to turn our heat up to a medium high. All right. We're going to go in with our beef stew packet that I love to use. It has just the amount, the perfect seasoning for beef stew flavor. Absolutely it does. Let me grab my spices here that I'd like to use. Oh my word. My word. It smells so good, and we haven't even really got started yet. Beautiful. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with some red pepper flakes. Don't put too much, guys. We're going to put some salt. You need some salt. That's a lot of beef stew that we're making. Put some pepper in just like so. Beautiful. And you know, you all know I love garlic powder. Absolutely I do. All right. I want to go in with some parsley flakes. Let's see which one. You all that know me, you know I love parsley. Get you some parsley down in there because it's beautiful. All right, and now we're going to reiterate our meat, even with the juices that come off of the meat. Put it all in the bath, guys. Everybody just jump on in. All right? And then we're going to let everybody marry onto this pan. And see, this dish is so quick. It's just kind of, the hardest part would be just cutting the vegetables. After that, you're smooth sailing, right? There's like nothing to do except for just throw everything together in different steps and different times, but you don't have to slave over this. No, you don't. You don't have to slave over this one bit. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, yeah. And it's nice and thick already, if you can see. And so what we're going to do, we're going to turn this down onto medium. And we're going to cook this. I'm going to put a lid on it, and we're just going to let it go, guys. After the 35-minute mark, if that makes sense, after this is cooked for at least 35 minutes, I'll come back and I'm going to let you know what it looks like. Okay, everybody? We'll just let this go. I'll be back after 35 minutes. Okay, everyone, it's been 35 minutes. Everything is starting to marry together. This house is perfumed with this beef stew. It smells so good, guys. Oh my goodness. And so then, we're going to put some red cooking wine in. All right? And what will happen is the alcohol will actually cook off. That's all you need. The alcohol will cook off, and you'll be left with such a beautiful flavor. It's an undescribable note that this red wine will give. We're going to put some corn in just like so, and that's 1 can. And just mix up. Isn't this the most beautiful color? And we're not even done with the color because we still have green peas to put in there towards the end of the cooking process. And we still have some carrots to put in. Absolutely we do. Make sure you all take these bay leaves out towards the end of the cooking process. I know I said it earlier. This has the most beautiful flavor. And keep scraping towards the bottom because you want to make sure that nothing is sticking on you. Alright, what I'm going to do at this point is we're going to go ahead and put my carrots in. Let me get a knife to cut this open. And I like to use the crinkle cut kind. Let me show you. It's in the freezer section. That's where you find those. I'm not going to use the whole bag. All right, just enough. There we go. I'll put the rest in the freezer. All right, this meal is so quick, so easy, so much fun. The kids can help you, and yet this is so tasty, guys. Trust me. Trust me, trust me. This right here is what you call beef stew. If you never had any, guys, you better make you some. You hear me? And when they ask you, where did you get this recipe? You make sure you say, Gina Young. Oh, Gina Young. Absolutely. Woo, that's delicious. I'm going to go in and taste my sauce with a little spoon. And I want to see how my flavors are. If my flavors are spot on, I won't have to re-season it. But if they're not, then I'll figure out what seasonings they need and we'll season. You always want to taste your dish so you know what you have, how it tastes, if you need more, okay? You can't just make the food without tasting it. Because if you don't taste it, you won't know if it needs more. All right, look at this. I'm just tasting that. See how it's nice and thick? It's not running off the spoon. Slowly it is. All right, let me taste. Oh my word. I don't need any seasoning. Ooh, that's beautiful. All we have left to put in our beautiful beef stew is our frozen peas that have been thawing out. I'm going to put this lid on here and keep this on a medium heat. We're going to continue to let this cook because our butternut squash, our potatoes still need to cook longer, and I want that beef to get nice and tender. All right, so here after a little while, make sure you put a lid on too. After a little while, I'll be back, and the next time I come back, we'll be putting our peas in, and I'm going to give this bad boy a try and let you all know what it tastes like. Be back. Okay, everybody, let's stir this around and make sure it's not sticking at the bottom. Look at this, guys. Oh my goodness. Here's what we're going to do. This only has a little while to cook. So what we need to do, get ready to put your peas in. And this is almost done. And my butternut squash is perfectly done. It's not smushy. My potatoes are not smushy. They're perfectly fork tender. And that's what you're looking for. You want to be able to stick your fork down in there and your fork goes in easily and comes out easy. Let me open my peas up. We're going to put some peas in just like so. This gives beautiful color. Gives a nice pop. And it adds to the flavor. Absolutely it does. We're going to leave this on for maybe just another 5 to 7 minutes. And this is done, guys. And we have Beef Stew 101, guys. Hey, listen here. If you've never had this or tried it, you better make you some and try this recipe, guys. Seriously. Make it for your family and friends. Make it for your loved ones. Woo-wee! Does this look beautiful or what? Oh, it's beautiful. Look at that. Look at that bite right there. Huge chunks of meat. You see that? And vegetables galore. I wish you all were here so that you can smell this. Woo, 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 woo. There's one of the bay leaves. I might as well go ahead and take it out while I'm stirring. Let's see if I can find the other one. But I'll get them out. I'll dig through here until I can get them all out. Oh, there he is. Where'd it go? Ah. But take your time. You'll find them. All right. Look at this. I mean, it's just, I can't stop looking at this. It's so beautiful. And the sauce is nice. Look at that. Look at, yeah, that's what we'll do. Let's look at the sauce. Sauce is nice and thick, and the reason why is from that flour that we coated our vegetables in. It almost made a sort of a gravy. All right, nice thick sauce. Let's make a plate, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, let's make a nice dish of our beef stew. This is my son's favorite. All right, look at this. Woo, look at this. I did not, I don't even have to say it, guys. You know what I was about to say. Woo-wee. I'm making this plate for you all because I am so full. Let me get that off of the bowl. I am so full. I just did my green bean video and I scarfed down that bowl of green beans. I am so full, but I will let you all taste this. Look at this, guys. If you all enjoyed this video, hey, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And make sure you click on that notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload one of these awesome recipes. All right, let's come over this way and you all can give this a try. Beef Stew 101, guys. Check it out. And you know I have to put, let me turn this stew off over here and get a lid onto it. Get my lid. And you all can taste this. You know I gotta put some parsley on there. Let's come over this way. Beautiful plate. Let's put a little bit of parsley on there. Not too much. You want to be able to see everything. Come on out of there for me. There it goes. Check it out, guys. Oh my goodness. You all, first thing I want you to do is taste this beautiful broth that we have here. Okay, and see how thick that broth is. Look at this, guys. Oh my word. Ooh, absolutely. Give that a taste right there. Beautiful. I couldn't help but to taste it, guys. It's so good. I'm so full right now, but this is so good. Ooh, that's good. All right, let's give you guys a little bit of everything. Here's some beef. Look at this. 2 pieces of beef right there. Taste that, guys. Let me know what you all think. Beautiful. You got some butternut squash. You got some potato and carrot. Look at that, guys. Oh my word, check it out. Absolutely. Take another bite, guys. Look at this. Absolutely. Here you go, guys. Look at that. Whoops. That jumped right off of my fork, right? Look at this. Oh my word. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And as always, God bless. Have a great night. Thank you all for watching. Good night.